And good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Tuesday night, and that means it is Queen's Table here on Pageant Land. So we've got another very special guest tonight. Here she is, and she's the very first to be interviewed on Pageant Land as a Universal Woman Great Britain finalist. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good. I've had a bit of a weekend away in Ireland for pageant and everything. So I'm still exhausted, but it's all good. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's been a busy, busy few months, but we love that. That's what it is all about. So thank you so, so much for coming on. And how does it feel to be the first on Pageant Land as a Universal Woman Great Britain finalist? That's pretty cool.
I know it feels amazing. It's honestly overwhelming, and I'm really excited to be one of the first people that's really announced that they're doing this pageant. So it's definitely really, really exciting.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to talk to you about your journey so far. So, if anybody is watching and they'd like to put any comments in the box, then I can ask this lovely lady any question you like. So, let's start off with why you entered Universal Woman Great Britain.
Okay, so for me, I am 40 years old. And so when it comes to like age in pageantry, there are some limitations around that. And I remember a couple of years ago, I have some friends who are pageant queens in America, and I know they're similar ages to me. So I was like, wait, how are you still doing pageants? And they were like, oh my gosh, Rachel, there's a whole world of misses and ms. And, there are pageants where you never get too old for them. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And so when I saw Universal Woman, and it's for women ages 25 to 45, which is a really good group of women where you can't really tell how old we are. And so you really feel like you're against your equals, if that makes sense. Because in those ages, women kind of tend to look quite similar, and it makes sense. And to me, it just felt like such a great pageant where when I watched the finals from last year, and then I watched this year's finals where we had our first GB contestant, actually, Ashley Powell, I said, yeah, this is the right pageant for me, where we celebrate a new era of beauty and they really champion philanthropy in helping women and children, which are two things that I also do as well. And so it just felt like the perfect match for me.
That sounds so perfect. And it's really exciting because the finals is coming up on the 20th of July, I believe, this year, isn't it? So hopefully we'll be there to watch that. Do you know what? I get so excited coming to watch pageants. I always lose my voice and I always get achy hands from clapping too much, but that's another story. So, what's been your pageant journey so far?
Yeah, so my pageant journey has been quite interesting. So in my early 20s, I was a Miss Jamaica UK finalist. My grandparents are Jamaican, so you qualify when you have like enough heritage in order to do that pageant. So that was in my early 20s, but I never did the final. Some other life things happened. And then when I found out from my American friends that I could still do pageants last year, my first pageant was actually around this time last year. I did Galaxy. That was my first pageant. And it was amazing experience. Then my second pageant final that I competed in was in Miss Great Britain, again in the Ms category, another very well organized pageant. And I like things that are organized, well put together. I like glitz and glam. I'm just very much a girly girl in that way. And so this is going to be my third pageant final. And I really feel like in the year that I've done pageants properly, I have learned so much. And it's funny because when I first posted that I was doing a pageant, so many people messaged me on Instagram and they were like, oh yeah, of course you're a pageant queen. Like that just makes so much sense. I don't know why you weren't doing them before. So it's just been like home away from home, where I'm no longer the most overdressed woman in the room. It is an amazing place to be.
I love that. I love that. That's brilliant. Yeah, you found your home now. You found your home, definitely. I mean, pageants are great. I mean, I didn't actually get into them until I was 38 years old. So, you can start anytime, and it's just such a great thing to help others, to raise money for charities and all sorts of things. So, speaking of charity, please tell me what charity you raise for.
Yes, so I actually have my own charity, which is called the PrettySafe Foundation. It is a community and interest company, so we're, very much doing things more than through pageantry, but just through life in general. And what it does is that with my charity, we're able to help create safe spaces for women and girls of all ages. The government has this amazing push towards helping with violence against women and girls. And I really felt my family, we've been doing fostering for many years and really kind of seeing the plight of some of the young girls that come into our family and become a member of our family. It really does highlight the issues. And another charity that I'm planning on raising some funds for is A Sisterhood, which I'm sure many viewers are very familiar with, does similar work. Because what I believe in is that there's room for everybody. And that if I can help one charity do this, another charity do that. And I helped with cancer research when I did GB. And then, of course, with Galaxy, it was the Christie. So just kind of like all these different charities doing similar things, but in different spaces. I mean, it's been a really great journey so far.
Yeah, I tell you what, seeing you've only been doing it about a year, you've done an awful lot already, which is wonderful to see. And you look like you're really enjoying it. So, Pretty for Safe Foundation, is that, am I right in thinking that's your platform as well? Is it a platform and a charity?
Yes, it is my platform and a charity. Absolutely. It's two in one. One of the first projects that we've been doing is making care packages for women in shelters. I have some friends who work in charities as well, especially because, like, a part of my faith, a lot of it is about charity work and like giving back to the community. And so I have some women in my church who work for a particular charity in Hertfordshire, and they said that we should partner with them. And it was all about making care packages for women who have to leave in a hurry from like a domestic violence situation, and they don't have things that make them feel good, which is where the name Pretty Safe came from. I think all women deserve to feel pretty and be safe. And when you're running away from a harmful situation, you don't always have all the things you want. You don't have your perfume, you might not have your jewelry, but whatever I could do to do that. So we made little care packages for them. And that's one of the first projects that we've been doing.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. So, going back to your faith, let's talk a little bit about faith in pageantry, and let's have a little conversation about that, because I've not really talked about many women about this before, and I think it's a really interesting subject. So, can you tell me more, please?
Yeah, sure. I've realized how, your core values and your beliefs, they underpin everything you do. One of the things that I truly believe is that every one of us was created for a purpose and that our beauty has a purpose. And, we weren't made beautiful by accident. It wasn't just like, oh, just this random thing. It's like very purposeful, which is where pageantry comes in. We use our beauty to highlight charitable events and charitable causes. But I also believe that as a Christian, and I've been in ministry for over 20 years as well, like doing, I guess in some places they would say like a vicar type thing, like a priest, whatever. That's what I've been doing for over 20 years. And my family is like a ministry family. My dad's a minister. My grandfather was a minister. We just have a lot of that going on in our family. And I've realized that that core value really does underpin everything. And one of my favorite stories in the Bible is about Queen Esther. And the Bible says that she was beautiful to look at and she had a great figure. And it also goes on to say what that allowed her to open doors for her people, that allowed her to be married to the king. And it just really created this thing where I really had this like wake up moment one day, and I was like, oh my gosh, being beautiful is not a curse. It is always for the benefit of maybe other people and to help people get to a next level. And so being a Christian has really kind of helped me to, in pageantry, honestly. I know that some people be like, oh, how does that make sense? But when you think about your purpose and when you think about why you're here, it really does help me to do the things that I do, because I'm always like, I'm here for a reason. And if I can use the fact that somebody might think that I'm beautiful in order to highlight someone else's cause or a political event or, help women and girls, then I should use my voice to do that.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. I love that. I love that so much. And that's so, so great. So you, like I say, you've just blown my mind actually, because you've done so, so much and worked so, so hard in your first year of pageantry. And I'm so glad you started doing them. I'm really excited to meet you in person as well, which is going to be really, really good. So is there anything else you're going to be doing on the lead up to the final between now and July?
Yes, yes, yes. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm hosting an event in Hemel Hempstead, Hertfordshire, where it's called Caribbean and Country Luncheon. I know two things that you probably wouldn't put together, but Caribbean food and country music. You know, I went to Jamaica for the first time. I think I was maybe 6 or 7, and I was really amazed as to their obsession with country music as well as Celine Dion. It's very strange. Like you're in Jamaica and you're like, wow, this is interesting. And so when I was thinking about what kind of thing I'd like to do, a lot of people suggested an afternoon tea, but there are a lot of women who do afternoon teas for pageantry in the summer. And so I said, okay, let me do something a little bit different. So I'm just hosting this afternoon in June. And the information is obviously on my Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere, where you can come along. And it's going to be an amazing day because we're having country music and Caribbean food. I'm a singer, so I may sing. I have not really announced or decided whether it's going to be me who's singing, but there will be singers. I know a lot of singers, so we'll have music, and it's all about country music and Caribbean food, raising money for 8 Sisterhoods, as well as my charity, PrettySafe Foundation.
Oh, that sounds absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and get to this because I love a bit of country and I love food. So that sounds great to me. It's perfect. It's perfect. We have got a few pageant country singers in the pageant community actually that are great. You'll probably know who they are.
Yes.
And yeah, we do love our country music. It's very, very good. So it's been amazing. So you've got your finals coming up. It'll be arriving before you know it. It does come up really quick. What are you most looking forward to for the actual final night and day or the weekend or?
Yeah, because it's a part of the pageant weekend, that's going to be a bit different because I've visited other pageants, you know, like Miss Mission, Atlantic, they do like, and Miss Intercontinental, I think, it's all on the same. I went to it last year anyway. And I love the idea of like more than one pageant in a day. So it's kind of like what we're doing with for the Pageant Girl weekend, where Universal Woman will be. So it's going to be a lot of other people there coming to see other pageants. And then my final is on the 20th. I think I'm excited about that. I'm excited about being at another pageant event, even though I'm competing. I'm also just excited to be in pageant land. And I think the round I'm most looking forward to, so we have the black dress round, little black dress. I mean, I haven't done that before. So I'm excited to see how everyone does that. And also the fact there's only one category. So we're all in the same category. And it'll be the first time for me that I'm able to compete in a category of just everyone being in the same, part of the competition. Kind of like, it's my version of like being in like Miss Universe or something, because I'm used to being in the Ms category, but this is a Ms pageant. So it's going to be great. I want to see what kind of little black dresses everyone's going to come up with, and really see the creativity that you can see on the stage.
That's it. I completely agree, because a little black dress to someone and to someone else can be so, so different. And I think it will be maybe a bit like fashion wear. It's going to show their personality, because there's so many ways you can wear a little black dress, isn't there? I'm actually really excited to see this myself. It's fab. So it's all good. But yeah, thank you so, so much for coming on. Just for anyone watching, if you want to look at any of Rachel, Universe Woman Great Britain finalist, any of her Instagrams or any of her pages, we've got them all scrolling along the bottom here, so you can find them. I can also put a link in the video so you can find her very easily. But thank you so, so much for coming on. Just to let everybody know who we have next week here on Pageant Land, we have the lovely Beth Rice. It's our very own Beth Rice, who is a Miss Mission Great British finalist, or Great Britain finalist. I can't get my words out tonight, I tell you. But anyway, thank you so, so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.